Hi guys, welcome to the latest episode of Cricket Draft Insights. Before the game starts for the new season, I just wanted to do a sort of top tips video. Just a disclaimer, I haven't won the thing previously. I did finish 10th in the ODI World Cup, but just from experience, just want to provide 5 tips for you to enjoy and hopefully do reasonably well at Cricket Draft. Tip 1 is just to enjoy it. It's just fantasy cricket, it's just fun. If you go to watch a game, travel all the way to watch a game and your captain in your cricket draft team gets out first ball in a match, don't worry about it. Take the rough with a smooth, enjoy the rest of the day in the glorious English weather. It's just fun. It really is fun. But like I say, don't get bogged down if your players don't do very well or your subs do really well, which it tends to be a trend with my team. Tip 2 is to have a 15-man squad. Now, I think this is the way it's going to be this season. Previously, you could have 16, 17, and I know a lot of people questioned why you'd do that anyway. It seems as though it's set in stone that you'll have 15 this season. But if it is possible for you to temporarily have, say, 12 or 13, however it works this year, just make sure your team is ready. Because a couple of people did contact me last year in a couple of competitions and they didn't get any points because they didn't have a full squad or they didn't have their team selected. And the ruthless part of me was like, well, okay, I'm going to do better than you this week and climb up the table. But obviously, you don't want that to happen. That just ruins it for the entire season. So whatever you do, just make sure, even if you want to make changes to your team, just make sure your team is set up so that it is actually going to register points. Tip 3 is to not be derailed by week 1. My example here is more to do with the T20 Blast. I've mentioned before how I didn't pick Daniel Sams because Essex didn't play in the first week, even though I thought he might be a viable selection, and then I didn't get him in. Now, obviously, in the county championship, I think everybody's playing week 1. But say there was a player, you really liked, and maybe for some reason they weren't playing week 1. We'll get them in. We'll get them in week 2. If you think they're really good, just don't be derailed. And say when we come to the T20 Blast or something like that, if some teams have more games than others, obviously you've got to be smart with those sort of things. But just, like I say, don't be derailed by week 1. Don't not pick a player when it comes to week 2 because for some reason they weren't available week 1. If you've identified someone and you think they're really good, back yourself and make sure you get them in your team. Tip 4 is that the top 5 players in the last 2 years, certainly the county championship game, have been bowlers or all-rounders. Now, last year, wicket-keepers got a few additional points, and maybe in white ball competitions, the batters rack up more points. The structure of our team this year is you could have 5 bowlers and 2 all-rounders, and I think people would still say, as much as you want to pick some good batters and get some big scores, the currency leans slightly towards those sort of bowling all-rounders, are absolute gold dust. So, I would still be suggesting, and I know 1 or 2 people have an early season, and we're getting mixed reports about what we're expecting weather-wise in April. You'd be leaning towards, a strong pace bowling attack, and obviously some good sort of all-rounders who can contribute with the bat too. Tip 5 is to, if I was a proper YouTuber, I'd have started by telling you this was the most important tip and how you had to wait till the end of the video. But I'm not a proper YouTuber, am I? But if you have made it this far, tip 5, what was tip 5? Oh, tip 5 was listen to the advice of others, but make your own decisions. What I'm getting at is, if you share your team on X, people are going to turn around and say, that's a great team. Oh, I love that player. Oh, I've picked them too. Great, team looks hot. And then some people are going to turn around and say, but you haven't picked so-and-so. Or why have you picked so-and-so? So how do you respond to that? Do you then change your team? Do you make a change? You make a change, it maybe has a knock-on effect. You have to make another change. So make sure if you do make a change, you're making it because it's right for you, not because you felt some peer pressure, or I'm not talking from experience here. Your team, okay? Listen to the advice of others, but make your own decisions. Those are my 5 tips for cricket draft. County championship starting soon enough. We're all licking our lips. Been a long winter. I've been trying to watch. I've watched the PSL. I've resisted for about 20 years, but I've sort of bought Sky Sports. I've been up late watching West Indies and New Zealand domestic cricket. It's not quite the same. It's been nice to watch a bit of the county T20 live streams and prepare for the thrill of racking up cricket draft points. Those are my 5 tips. Thank you very much for watching. Don't hesitate to get in touch. Enjoy the season. How's that?